Well, just like that, here we go again as we look ahead to the qualifiers for the Afcon 2025 taking place in Morocco. And to be honest, I do think this cup could be a little bit of a waste of time. I said in 2021 that Senegal would win it. I said in 2023 that Cote d'Ivoire would win it. And I'm telling you right now, in 2025, Morocco will be the champions on their 50th anniversary of their last competition win. Trust me, got a good team, they're at home, no one's taking that trophy from there. So to be honest, a bit of a waste of time. But let's see what happens, you never know, in the wonderful world of African football. So the draw's taking place for the qualifiers, not the tournament itself. Let's make that clear. Of course, Morocco, as the host nation, automatically qualify. If you're drawn with Morocco from pots 2, 3 or 4, there's only one qualifying spot available. So it's very simple. There's 48 teams trying to make the 24 spaces. So 12 groups. The first and second place in every group will qualify for Afcon 2025 in Morocco. Now, we don't know yet when that competition is happening. We hope it's going to happen in summer 2025. Be a great vibes. Of course, the last summer Afcon in North Africa was won by Algeria. But FIFA are doing this crappy new Club World Cup. And to be honest, I don't really get the hype for it. It's a bit of a waste of time. But it means players are still with their clubs. So, of course, is it going to be once again a delayed Afcon in January 2026? Let's see. But on the 4th of July, we'll know who faces who in the qualifiers. Of course, Algeria in pot 1, still comfortably in pot 1. You've got to say, though, we could get Guinea again. And Guinea, once again, are probably the team in pot 2 teams don't want. So we've got Guinea, Gabon, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde. Listen, you don't want these teams. So Algeria, ironically, could get Guinea again. And quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. So let's look at pot 1. Morocco in pot 1, but they are the host nation and have already qualified for the competition. Senegal, Egypt, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Tunisia, Algeria, that's us, Cameroon, Mali, South Africa, DR Congo, and Ghana sneak in just about. Probably would have been in pot 2 if they hadn't got those back-to-back World Cup qualifying wins. Only one spot above Cape Verde, who is 65th in the FIFA rankings. So quite strong there. But if you're in pot 2, you might want a Tunisia, because the fact that Tunisia are ranked 6th in the world in Africa and in pot 1, I think is a bit embarrassing. Wouldn't shock me if Tunisia got Equatorial Guinea again. Those two are a better love story than Twilight. And then pot 2, it gets interesting. You've got Cape Verde, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Zambia, Benin, Angola, Uganda, of course, with Algeria in the World Cup qualifiers, Namibia, Mozambique also with Algeria in the World Cup qualifiers, and the Madagascans. And of course, that's Guinea, Uganda and Mozambique from Algeria's World Cup qualifying group in pot 2 here. So, I probably wouldn't want Guinea. I think from an Algeria perspective, I'd want to play maybe Namibia, maybe a Benin, maybe a Madagascar or a Mozambique or a Uganda again. You don't want Guinea. You certainly don't want Burkina Faso from that pot. And then pot 3 gets a little bit more interesting. Kenya, Mauritania, of course, Algeria's worst nightmare could get them. Congo, Tanzania, Guinea-Bissau, Libya, Comoros, Togo, Sudan, Sierra Leone, Malawi, and the Central African Republic. And I've got to say, there's some teams in pot 3 that shouldn't be. I mean, Comoros, Sudan, Libya, they shouldn't really be pot 3 sides. I mean, you could have Algeria, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau, or Algeria, Guinea, and Mauritania. Not going to be a walk in the park. We've got to look at Algeria coming out in the group stage in the past 2 editions. No games a walkover. So, again, from pot 3, I'd love a cheeky little Malawi. I'd love a Congo, Brazzaville, a Kenya. Those are the ones I want. And then pot 4, it's a free-for-all. Niger, Zimbabwe you wouldn't want from pot 4. Rwanda, Gambia you wouldn't want from pot 4. And I think it's a bit of a disgrace that Gambia are in pot 4, to be honest. A bit of an insult, really. They were in the last 2 editions. Burundi, Liberia, Ethiopia, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, South Sudan and Chad. So in an ideal world, Algeria would get Madagascar, Central African Republic and Chad. But we could get Guinea, Mauritania and Gambia. And I'm telling you, if we get Guinea, Mauritania and Gambia, that could be a very, very tricky one. So I wouldn't want Gambia or Zimbabwe. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive than we think. Of course, there's more teams in every pot. But let me know in the comments below what teams you want your nation to draw in this competition. I think all the teams outside of pot 1 are going to be praying they get Tunisia. I think everyone in pot 2 has got a chance. I think Guinea will be looking at their pot one and thinking they've got a chance. And of course, first and second go through. Less pressure than the World Cup group. But you certainly wouldn't want Guinea and Gambia and Mauritania in an Afcon qualifying group. That could be very, very difficult indeed. And the teams in pots 2 to 4 don't want Morocco because there's only be one qualifying spot available as Morocco qualify as the host. So who are Algeria going to get? Of course, Algeria starting an Afcon qualifying campaign with Vladimir Petkovic in the dugout. We'll wait and see. But it's going to be interesting. Of course, there's no Somalia. They lost in the preliminary round of Afcon qualifiers. There's no Djibouti. So some lower nations have already begun their campaign. But on July the 4th, we will find out who Algeria will face in the road to Morocco. And of course, we got more points than any other nation in the qualifiers last time. It means nothing. It's what you do once you're there landed out of the arrival section. So listen, as long as you qualify, it doesn't matter how, as long as you're there, that's the most important thing. Even in the group stage of the tournament, look at Ivory Coast. Came third, sacked the manager, ended up winning the whole thing. But I do think Morocco, of course, already qualified. I do think they will go on to win this competition. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Who should Algeria be hoping to get and to avoid? And I'll see you next time.